Okay, hello everyone. Um, I am going to look into this exercise I have called G19, and it's about the internal rate of return. Uh, Internal rate of return rule, where we are using the what is that called, the internal rate in different exercises. Okay. I have cheated. This is what would not have been in the text, but you will see why I have cheated. Oh no, you will not see that, but it's just to make this process a bit faster. Okay. I'm not going to read all the exercises when I'm doing it, and this is quite new for me, so bear with me. I'm just trying to maybe help someone who is in corporate finance in a corporate finance class and wants some help to the exercises. That is all. That is what I needed when I at least was doing my corporate finance, to more get a more hands-on I'm trying to create a way to learn corporate finance without actually being in class. So, but you could always mix it, and if you don't have the faith in me, don't follow my exercise classes. But I would obviously I would suggest you to go to class, but this is an alternative way to get more in depth in the exercises, and all the exercises are very close to the book exercises, but I have obviously changed the numbers and the text, so I'm not plagiating. Yeah, so because of copyrights and stuff. So these are my own exercises, but very close to the real ones in the books, and also to the examples. So let's get started. That was a short introduction, sorry. We have this exercise, and I'm not going to read it all, but I will highlight the most important facts from it. It is said we are a company. We are doing a system for the government registration system. I don't know what that is. That is not so important for us, but we will we have a contract where we'll receive 580,000 upfront, which is upfront means at time 0, and you'll expected development cost to be 501,000 per year for the next 3 years. Very important, per year. So there needs to be 1 year that is per year, not in the beginning of the year or upfront, or you get my point. It's per year. So from T1 to T3, which is the 3 years ahead. Yes, I'll just mark this so you can see where I get the information from. This is the equivalent of this information, and then we have the final payment. Final, that is not important for our cash flow informations, but 900. Yeah, it is kind of important that we know that there's no more, but you get my point again. You'll receive 953,000 from the government 4 years from now. Okay, what did we say before? Today, upfront, from now. What is now? That is T0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. Click that in, write that down, and remember to have the right to that this is a cash inflow and this is a cash outflow and cash inflow again. And to make this formula, we know that when the NPV is 0, we can isolate R, and that is what the internal rate of return is, to illustrate when the NPV is 0 based on some certain internal rate of return. Okay, and if we were to put this down to text, we can see that T1 or T0 time 0 not to confuse you. I'll just do this really fast so everyone is on the same level. Great. Is that correct? Upfront 1, 2, 3, and the 4th year will get some money in. So we want to isolate R, which is the equivalent of IRR, because we know that is 0, so when we isolate R, that would be the same as finding IRR, the internal rate of return. I cannot say IRR. It is difficult for my Danish tongue. Hope you bear with me. Okay, now that we have this, we will not do this in like you don't want to isolate these but use Excel. Okay, this is what I have done here, just to help you a bit. Or just to make the process a bit faster, I have made this basic system where this is obviously, yeah, you could just sum this, but this would be the same as saying that it was 0, but okay. And this is also just the sum of all the cash flows. I could have written it on one line, but instead I chose to like show where the different numbers came from. And we know that the net present value or the present value is you cannot see the whole like that. That would be better. And this is just the formula text for this one to show you what I have done, but it's the same as the formula, so just follow along. This is the NPV. Like when we have a plus, minus, and plus again in the cash flow, we know that there should be, or there can be, there can be a, like, you go up, down, and up again. So up, down, and up again. So you might hit the 0 NPV line twice. But now we want to find the where the discount rate is 0. We can just start plugging in numbers. Okay, it's between 5 and 6. Okay, what I usually do is to, I'll just help you here. I will go to data, then I will use the goal seeker, and then I will set the cell, and that is the NPV cell, to 0 by changing the R, and then it actually finds where that is, and you will have to do this like this. Hold on, just to get some more numbers, because typically like your institute want you to write more than one comma or decimals. So yeah, I'll just insert this here, because now we know that this is the first one. And we will see if there is more than one. You can continue like 6, oh, not 600, but 6. Okay, we'll jump in the numbers. 20. Okay, we see. Did you see that from 10 10% discount to 20, it was fallen quite heavily, so we would expect 30 to be in plus. It is in plus. Okay. So between 20 and 30, there would be some the internal rate of return would be 0, or the internal rate, 21. Okay, higher than 21. 23, 24, 25. Okay, so now we are close, and then you can actually just use the goal seeker, because the goal seeker tool will find the closest point where the internal the closest to the 0 mark that you are saying it should find. Again, set the cell, it would be this cell, equal to 0 by changing this cell. Again, it helps us, so now we know that the IRR, the second IRR is the second IRR is 28.0289%. Okay, and we found these two by just getting closer and closer, and then use the goal seeker tool to actually find it. Okay, and I have cheated over here just to illustrate that the intuition of it, right? And a way of being in a exam situation where you want to plot these in, you can actually do that quite easily when using Excel. So this is just all the different parts plus together. I can show you really fast how I have done that. I just take this part. Okay, so first the sum of all of the first, like the T0, plus the next. I just copied the PV and then change, and then I will set all these to be fixed values, fix, but not the internal rate of return. That would be this one, and fix this one. So when I click 5.6, 8%, I hope I'm not confusing you too much here, but it's just to illustrate how easily it can be done if you have some quick fingers. You could also like make a system for this, but this is how I do, at least. Remove these. Oh, sorry, not remove these. Lock the cells and change the rate to this one, and that should not be locked, because then you can drag them down and illustrate a beautiful diagram of them. So you really shows that you understand the topic. Lock, new cell, and lock. And the last one is this one. Obviously I will get better because I feel like I'm speaking quite a lot when doing these exercises, and maybe I'm confusing more than I'm helping, but at least, yeah, I'm trying. So, okay, this is how I do it. Again, you can just skip this part if you don't find this interesting, but I think it's very nice to illustrate that you have found the right ones. So this is 0, right? And then you can just simply continue this one. by saying 6%, or I will say 7%, 8%, all the way down to here, and then I will just click in 38%, which is, again, you see the pattern, plus plus plus, 0, minus minus minus, and I'll just move these up, minus minus minus, and then 0, and then 30%, plus plus plus, and up to whatever. Now it will not go back down, so we can just stop it here and insert a graph and make it cool. A cool graph. I think this is a cool graph. Then you can find the zero areas, or the 0 points in the graph or in the diagram, and you can add data table. Okay, I want you to hang on with me. I'll do this again just to data labels. Okay, label option, and then you can click this in, illustrate it here, and do the same for this one. I'm just plotting. Oh, jeez, that was not my point. Whoops. Now, okay, I'm just going back. I'm just showing what I'm doing now because I fucked up. So, oh, I cannot say that. I messed up. Add data label. Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't just help me here, but okay. So now you can see that you could, because it's very annoying, it doesn't show all the digits, all the decimals. I'll just zoom in here. I can see that is 5.1618%. I just cheated the system. But you can do it like it was because I just wrote with 2 digits, so it doesn't know. But no one can see that, so we can just copy this one in. Boom. Like that. And remove this one. And using goal seeker in Excel, we found that the IRR was the internal rate of return would be 5.1618% and 28 points. I cannot see it, sorry. %. Okay, great. What are the internal rate of this opportunity? We just illustrated this here, as you can see in the diagram below. So next, if your cost of capital is 9%, is the opportunity attractive? So what this is asking us to do is to make the discount rate to be 10%, which would be the same as using this one and removing the 0 and just saying 10%, and we then we can then find out if this is attractive, and we know that the decision rule for something to be attractive would be to have an NPV higher than 0. Decision rule. I'm a bit sick, so I might also sound like a rusty young man, or maybe old. Some would maybe say that I sounded old or young. I don't know how my voice is, but yeah, let's get moving. And the NPV is, again, you should use Excel for these type of things. Back to the Excel sheet, just write 10% in the 10%, and you find that this is definitely not attractive. And you would also be able to see that the internal rate of return would be under. Oh, was it 10% or 9%? I'm not sure. It's 9%. Sorry. Oops.
I didn't catch that.
Shut. I mean, good vibes. Okay, 9%. Sorry for taking your time. Yeah, and you see that it's when it's 9%, you will find that the NPV is not attractive. With a cost of capital of 9%, the opportunity would not be attractive because the NPV is less than 0. So considering the time value of money, it would be better not to invest in this project. Great. Okay, next assignment. Suppose you can renegotiate the terms of the contract so that the final payment in year 4 is now 1.9 million. What is the IRR of this opportunity? Okay, let's make this again. Change the rules. Now that you have this, okay. Now that you have this, you could just do the same, because these are all pegged to the system over here. So by just changing this number to, what was it, 1,900,000, then you will see that it will never hit the 0 mark. So you could basically just point or click this in. Okay, without having text in front. That is not so pretty. Voila. What is the IRR opportunity now? Oh, it's not so good that. Yeah, okay, whatever. You could just keep the labels or remove them if you want, but these are the old labels, where now that the system is different. So yeah, now that the cash flow of year 4 is different from the other one, there is no sense of pointing them in or having labels on them. But as seen in the table diagram below, when the final payment is million, there would be no IRR of the opportunity, which means that under every discount rate the opportunity would be attractive. Yeah, I think that is fine. Okay, is it attractive at these terms? Okay. Now I basically just wrote this in, and we should be careful with that. Okay, because I have learned that. Answer the question and move on. Okay, what is the IRR? Okay, as the run, there would be no IRR. So we just copy the last part, and because there is no IRR, the NPV would, or because there is no IRR, the discount rate at any discount rate. Okay, because there is no IRR discount, because there is no internal rate of return of the opportunity, every discount rate would be attractive. Yeah, this is how I would answer this assignment. I don't know, it took me quite some time. But you could also, I was like making stuff up and taking my time on it. So please say if the video is too slow, or if the pace is good enough, or what I can do different and better, and I will try to incorporate that in my next videos. I hope you will subscribe to this YouTube channel, because that will help me to reach out to more people and help others that are struggling with corporate finance. And please like the video if you liked it, and don't like it if you don't like it, because then I don't know, and I'm actually more into like helping than anything else. So I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.